Hey, this is HQ back in the house again. Hit that like button, subscribe, share. Thank you very much. We back at this game with Kendra G. We back out here roasting these folks because they done got outrageous. They done lost their mind. Here we go. We got another one. Let's get to it.
Just show me the wall. Splash, I'm gonna get you too, but you're gonna have to sit up. Hey Jess.
Hey.
Hi. What's your name, baby?
My name's Jessica.
Jessica, where you calling me from?
Mobile, Alabama.
Mobile, Alabama.
Yes.
All right. Okay. How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. And what you do for a living?
I'm actually a principal at a school.
Principal, okay. You have any children?
I do have one. She's 7.
Okay. Have you ever been married?
I have not.
Okay. And so we got Jessica. What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. So we got Jessica, Mobile, Alabama, 30, Sagittarius, principal, mom to a 7-year-old.
Yes,
Never
ma'am.
married. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
I need somebody that's going to provide, that is well-rounded and, everything around the house. I don't want to have to call nobody if, I got a leak, if I need my yard fixed. I just need somebody well-rounded and providing in all things, and that's a follower of Jesus Christ as well.
Okay.
Not a bad list. The weave is all out of whack. She's a principal. She makes decent amount of money. She got 1 kid. Hey, maybe, if she's reasonable with the rest of her demands. Let's see.
What's your deal breakers?
Oh, I can't take no mama boys.
No mama boys?
Mm-mm. No Trump supporters. And that's all I can think of at the moment.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
I feel like I'm over the stage of the way that people look. I'm kind of gearing towards, I like them a little ugly now.
You like them look ugly?
A little ugly. I don't need everybody looking at them.
They call that medium ugly.
Medium ugly, that's it.
They call it medium ugly. Okay. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Yes. I need at minimum 6 figures.
Medium ugly and minimum 6 figures. Wait a minute, hold up. I understand she makes 6 figures. I get it. It depends. I guess it depends. Does she look good enough that she can demand, or she can make those kind of demands? She talking about medium ugly. I would be insulted if somebody said that. And then, let's put it bluntly, hun, you're about a 4. Maybe. And I'm being generous right here. And then you asking for somebody who medium ugly. Well, I guess you that would be on your level, right? So hey, maybe that's normal for you. Maybe that's normal.
So minimum 100K in Mobile, Alabama. That's like a millionaire, right?
Mm-hmm.
6 figures. So if he made 75K, you couldn't mess with him?
No.
Woo.
I provide a pretty luxurious lifestyle for myself and my child. So anybody coming in matching or below me, it's just not going to work.
Okay, hear me out.
Okay.
But if he had 75, that would be 75K in addition to what you already have. So wouldn't that be an increase? Or you're saying you want to meet a man and you don't want to pay no more bills ever again?
The latter. Meet a man, I ain't trying to pay no more.
Was that the dynamic you have with your son's father?
No. I don't feel like that doesn't count though.
How does it not count? You have a whole child by that man.
It doesn't count. Let me
say this. Okay, let me say this to you. Maybe to you it doesn't count, but it will count to men. Okay? So I think women, you got to understand the male's perspective. So what you're telling me is and not saying that it's not going to happen, but here's the ask. If a man doesn't make more than you, he's out, right? So if there's a man that doesn't make six figures, you won't even give him an opportunity, period. Now, but you had a whole child by a man who didn't make six figures, and now you want a six-figure man to take care of you and your child. So you got to understand the male's mind and how he may say, well, how is that fair? Like, I have to take care of you and your kid, and I make this amount of money, which I had to work to make this amount of money. That doesn't matter to you?
I don't feel like I'm asking somebody on the first date to bring a W-2 to the table. So I wouldn't say like...
No, you're not, but you're just telling me right now, if a man didn't make six figures, don't even reach out to you. So at the door, you're not giving...
And you ain't on that level yet. You make that kind of money, and I get it, but you need to be asking for a man. You need to be asking for a man. Stop worrying about how much money he make. Ask for a decent man to come your way. And hopefully he don't feel some type of way because you make more money than him. You hope and pray that he makes close to what you make. But you, right now, that's all you need to do is get into the room. Getting into the room means men at least hitting your inbox. And that means all men, not just the six-figure man. That means all men. You ruling out a whole bunch because a whole bunch ain't even gonna look at you. Stop it.
A man a shot if he doesn't make more than 100K. And I think, and I'm not saying that you won't get this man, but you already X'd out men who basically your baby daddy couldn't even meet those requirements, and he got a baby out of it.
Right. We live and learn, but I see what you're saying.
Ooh, child, you the principal too. Let's keep going. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
I'm in my jammies because it's nighttime.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You ain't big and blowed out. So you halfway decent. You're almost there.
Jessica, what's the age range you would date? You're 30.
I would have to say 35 to 55.
Okay. 35 to 55. Could he have kids already?
I prefer not, but one at max.
One at max? Boy, you prefer a man with no kids too?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get this straight. He got to make 100K, provide for you and your 7-year-olds, and he should also not have kids.
Correct.
That's wild. That's wild. So, that's wild. So how do you get to come to the table with a kid, but he can't come to the table with a kid? That's wild.
Why would that man do that?
I just like the person that for me is going to provide for me and my child. And it's going to be about us as a unit and not anything outside of that.
Well, yeah, that was the child's father's job to do that. That was the deal you're supposed to make with him. So now you're asking a man who never had a kid to make that deal with you, and you're saying if he had a kid, you wouldn't even do in return.
Preference wise, I wouldn't want nobody that had a child. I mean, if they got a child, okay. But preference wise, perfect, ideal, I wouldn't want nobody that had a child.
Can you explain to me why you don't want a man with a child?
I feel like that would come with too much drama.
So you wouldn't date yourself?
No.
Well, at least there you have it. I don't have it. At least she's aware. She doesn't want her. Opposite of her. She would not date herself. So if there's a man that's willing to date her, even though she wouldn't date herself, she wants you to date her. Do you understand how that sounds, Jessica?
Mm-hmm.
How does that sound to you? Like literally, let's have girl talk. Let's have girl talk. Help me understand how that makes sense to you. If you literally wouldn't make the deal you're asking another person to make, how does that make sense?
If you're asking ideally what I want, it's just what I want. And if I can't get what I want, then I'll just be by myself.
I understand that, but still help me answer this question directly. How does it make sense to ask a man to accept something that you would not accept yourself?
It's just what I want. I mean, I don't have no other answer for you.
No, you're a principal. You are educated. You don't get to a principal about being educated. That's a simple, basic answer. I want you to use your thought process right now and really answer this. We're not going to glide over this because you're intelligent. You don't become a principal without being intelligent. I'm really am trying to understand your mind. It can't just be that's what I want. How do you expect somebody to accept something that you would not accept?
Just because I am in the predicament that I am in right now, where I have a child, where the father has not done what they're supposed to do allegedly.
Oh, Lord. And then on top of that, you got a bum baby daddy. She got a bum baby daddy. So she wants you to run up in there with your Captain Save-A-Hole jacket and save her from the bum baby nug. Just because the daddy ain't doing what he's supposed to do. No. You don't want your next man to have a child. You deserve to be right where you at without another man. Go back to your baby daddy. Go back to your baby daddy and stop talking this nonsense on a dating show. Ain't no man gonna hit you up unless he a simp or he can't have no kids. That's the only way that's gonna happen. You talking 2-point crazy.
Then that doesn't mean that I can't aspire to have the perfect fairy tale life. I'm still seeking it.
So you want to live in fairy tale? Okay, that's fine. So before I even get to the fairy tale, you don't think that it's unfair to require a man to take care of your child when if he had a kid, you wouldn't be willing to love on their child?
I'm not saying that I wouldn't be willing to love on their child.
But you said that you prefer a man with no kids.
Correct.
So you want to have more kids?
I do.
Okay, okay. Now back to fairy tale. So if this man never comes along, you're fine with just you and your child for the rest of your life?
I am.
What's wrong with that wig? Sister, girl. It ain't giving nothing but ugly.
Mama.
Okay. Did I ask you your last relationship?
No, you didn't.
When was your last relationship, honey?
2 years ago.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
2 years ago.
All right. So are you on a celibacy journey?
I am.
Until when?
Until my husband.
Woo! Okay. Just what I thought. Okay. Here we go. So we have to make 100K. That's our preference. If he makes less, don't even reach out. Prefers a man with no kids. And he will not have sex with you until your wedding night.
Correct.
I don't think I even did this in 2025. Here's your man, Jessica. Here is it. This is the only man on the planet that is going to sign up for that deal. You got the first paper man of 2025.
I'll take it. I mean, ain't none of the like it.
You're going to have to take it. Give me the address because this is the closest you're going to get to the man you just told me about.
Oh, man.
Give me. I can email it. I'll scan it in the email. Invite me to the wedding.
I'll be waiting on the email.
Listen, I pray. I'm not saying.
People can ask for what they want. She want what she want. Then she's more than willing to be by herself. She a lie. I know she a lie because she'll end up getting pregnant by Nug or somebody like that. She's a lie. Because ain't nobody sitting up there saying that. How old is she? 30 years old? And you going to spend the rest of your life alone until your kid gets grown, until your kid 30? until your kids until you're about 40 something, and then you ain't gonna deal with nobody? Come on now, stop playing. Stop playing with this dumb shit. For one, your expectations are outrageous. He got money, he this, no kids, blah blah blah, and you're a hypocrite. Stop it.
No, I am saying, if you meet a good man that's willing to love on your child, not a bum, I'm not talking about a bum, no bums, but a man that's willing to love on you and your child, and let's just say he don't make 100K, let's say he has a child himself, you should give that man a chance. Because I think you'll be waiting on this man to the end of time. I don't think the man you told me is end of time.
Until then, email me him right there.
Okay, well, there's one more question.
Okay.
Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I am everything that a man wants, but they just got to come correct.
Well, okay, you gotta tell us what are the everythings a man wants?
I cook, I clean, I am a natural nurturer. It's just a one-stop shop. You don't have to go nowhere else.
Okay. We got some paid questions. Do you want the paid questions? Oh wait, I skipped over some things. What are 3 flaws you have to work on?
Ooh, being too independent. What else? No, you put me on the spot with that one.
You never thought about your 3 flaws?
No.
You're a principal?
Yeah.
See, I can't with her. I can't with her because this is too illogical. For you to be the age that you are, for you to have the profession that you are, that you have to concern yourself with all of these people, all of these things. You ain't never thought about your flaws. You ain't never thought about the things that you're asking for from a man. You ain't never thought about the fact that you are 4. You ain't never thought about the fact that you got a kid. You ain't never thought about the fact that your bum baby daddy ain't doing what he got to do. And then you expect another man to step up and do what you want him to do. You ain't never thought about none of this stuff. The delusion is real. For real, for real.
Like you're responsible for children.
Yes, I got too much other stuff to be worried about than to be worried about my flaws. I'm gonna take it one step at a time in therapy. And right now I am, and right now we working on the one that I just said. So
she in therapy? Are you serious right now? Okay, so you got a little bit of. See, every time I hear somebody going to therapy, I think a cuckoo bird is somewhere flying around in the back of your head. I always think that, even though that's not the case, that's what I think. But I digress.
Okay. All right. So here's the paid questions. Here we go. I'm not going to read them all, so stop sending money. Wait. Someone said her baby just asked for something to drink and she didn't acknowledge her kid.
She got a Stanley sitting right next to her. She fine.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have a daughter. I said son earlier. Okay.
It's okay.
Delusion is an all-time high, and baby, you're not fine enough to be this picky. Good night.
Good night.
Divine Photos, where has living in La La Land gotten you? No man with any common sense is taking this deal. Know the difference between abstinence and celibate. You are abstinent. This one said, delusional AF. Have you ever dated the man of her dreams? Fairy tale. Have you ever dated the man you described?
I have.
What happened with him?
I wasn't ready.
So you met a man. Okay, he made 6 figures.
Mm-hmm.
He had no kids.
Correct.
He wanted to be with you and not have sex until marriage.
Correct.
When did you meet this man?
That was about 4 years ago.
You said you've been abstinent for 2 years.
Right.
So 4 years ago, you wasn't abstinent.
Right.
So why did you say yes when I said he would be willing to be for sex? That wasn't your ruling.
That wasn't the same person. You in my business. The math ain't mathing.
No, your math's not mathing. You told me.
I know. I just said you in my business. Next question.
I'm in your business because we're trying to. Listen, the truth is easy to tell. So you said that you met this man, and your 3 requirements was make at least 6 figures, no kids, and no sex until you get married. We said, have you ever met this man? You said yes. You said 4 years ago, but you only been celibate for 2 years. So that 3rd requirement wasn't even there 4 years ago, according to what you told us.
Correct, because the person that I was 4 years ago and the person that I was 2 years ago are not the same one.
Right. So therefore, the answer is you never met a man that was willing to do all 3. If you're going back to that man,
I never had sex with that man.
How long did you date that man?
For about 1.5 years.
So you dated a man for 1.5 years and never had sex with him?
Correct.
Why did you date him for 1 year? So, okay, you didn't have sex because you didn't like him?
No, because she lying. Get this goofy up off here. She lying. She know that she ain't all that she says she is. Ain't no man dealing with you for no year. He hitting it from somebody else. And you ain't fine enough for him to be sticking around not having sex with you. Stop it.
I wouldn't say it wasn't because I didn't like him. I was just trying to see what else was there besides a physical connection.
Okay, but here's the deal. 4 years ago, you didn't have sex with him, but you had sex with somebody else because you said your celibacy just began 2 years ago. So as you was dating him, you were sleeping with somebody else?
Correct, because it's called dating. We weren't in a relationship.
Yeah, because you didn't like him. This is what it comes down to. So the man that he was, I don't know what he lacked, but he made 6 figures. Right? You're telling me. Right. I'm going for what you told me.
I thought you were going down the list. Okay.
No, he made 6 figures. You're saying yes, and he had no kids.
Correct.
And while he was dating you for 1.5 years, you were sleeping with another person.
Yes.
So the person you were sleeping with, did he not make 6 figures?
That's irrelevant.
It is. No, it's not. Because the point of the matter is, we're about to prove that you will have sex with a man that doesn't make 6 figures. You will have a baby by a man who doesn't make 6 figures. But now you got these other requirements of a man that you.
Damn, Kendra, hit her over the head with this dumb, goofy logic. No, you telling the truth. She'll have sex with him, but she wants something else when it comes to marriage. The qualifications for the husband, the baby daddy, something different. The math ain't mathing.
Never met. So that guy must have didn't make 6 figures that you were sleeping with while the 6-figure guy was dating.
But it's called dating. You can't talk to most people while you're dating.
But I want you to understand, the first of the question is this: you lied. You never met a man that had all those 3 that wanted to be with you. So that's a lie.
How is that a lie?
Because you haven't described. You just said this man you was dating. Of course, he had 6 figures, whatever. But you didn't like that guy because you were sleeping with somebody else. So if this guy had all these things that you had, you didn't like him, so you didn't want to have sex with him. So you went to have sex with a guy who did not make 6 figures.
Okay.
Or tell me if I'm wrong. Did the guy you were sleeping with?
You are wrong. Two. I feel like two.
So the guy that you were sleeping with made 6 figures.
Two things can be true at the same time.
Just help me. I mean, the guy that you were sleeping with while you was dating the guy you said that had all this stuff, did he make 6 figures?
Yeah.
Why couldn't you be with him?
I didn't want to be with him. You can date and more than one thing can be done.
How come the first time you said it was irrelevant? Why'd you say it was irrelevant?
Because you said asking me the same question.
No, I wasn't. I was asking about the guy that was able to have sex with you while the other guy who dated you for 1.5 years couldn't.
Personal preference.
What's the address?
Send it over, Kendra.
What is the address, girl? Listen, you got a lot of paid questions. I can't get to all these paid questions, people, but Sam Major said, childish, delusional, selfish. You don't get better than your child's father.
You paid $10 to send that? That's crazy.
If one of your students struck a teacher and you asked the student, why why he did it, would you accept I don't know for an answer?
If one of your students.
Back up. Get up off the camera. Back up. Get up off the camera. You make too much damn money to be wearing weaves that look like that. Ugh.
Say that again.
I think it's a riddle. If one of your students struck a teacher and you asked the student why he did it, would you accept I don't know for an answer?
It depends. Does the child have needs?
I don't know. Mr. Patrick said, this mindset is insane to me. They should call her just hilarious because I'm cracking up at the delusion. I think, let me see. Oh, wait, this one says,
look, we can't save all of them. We cannot save all of them, male or female. This is one that is for the records. She want what she want, how she want it. She's willing to go by herself. That's cool, as long as you recognize the delusion that you have. Don't be upset with people because they reading you and dragging you for filth, thinking, oh, it's going to be okay. It ain't okay. What you thinking and what you're doing, two totally different dumbass things.
All right, I think we're done with the questions. We did the why would a guy be lucky to be with you? Are you on the dating app, Jess?
I am not. My friend actually put me up to come onto your show. I didn't know you had an app.
Well, you should cut your friend out after. She set you up. She set you up. And she set you up. And she set you up. But Jess, you're gonna be a highlight. So I mean, you're just pretty much everything I said they're gonna say, but it's already good. All right, download the dating app if you want. So let's repeat. Over 6 figures. No kids is preference. I think she'll negotiate that, but the preference is no kids. And no sex until she gets married.
Whoa. I didn't know. No sex. Okay. First off, get your ass off here. Second of all, look. Only women who can pull that kind of dedication is able to ask for that kind of dedication. You ain't trying to have no sex, but you dated a man for a year and a half or so, and you didn't give him no sex? He was sleeping with somebody else. We know that off the bat. And you weren't the first choice. You ain't never going to be the first choice. Wig all messed up, kid, bum baby daddy, $100,000 income, ain't having no sex, ain't nobody going for this. This is an exercise in idiocy. That's all this is.